MLB The Show 22 drops at midnight tonight on the East Coast, and I am absolutely ecstatic to hop on and play Diamond Dynasty. And one of the first things I'll be doing is actually hopping on and grinding out the face of the franchise cards, at least it seems right now. These cards are going to be Team Affinity Season 1, and likely a large majority of our lineups and cards that we're going to really want to shoot for on the launch to help build our teams. And earlier in the week, we found out all 15 of the American League cards, and we went through, discussed which ones I think will be my favorite, which ones I'm keeping an eye out on. And we're going to do the same today with the NL, because now we basically know all of the NL cards. Right now it is 11:17 a.m. Eastern, so right now I don't know the rest of the NL West cards. There are 2 cards being revealed today. Don't know them at this exact moment, but when I do find them out, I will include little snippets of me saying stuff in this video, just so you can keep updated with that. You can hear my thoughts. But for now, we're going to cover all 15 of the NL cards, the attributes that we know right now, and which ones I'm probably going to be trying first. Let's get into it. So here's the NL East. Found out all of these earlier in the week, and a good mix of cards. We got Jazz Chisholm, Josh Bell, Ronald Acuna, JT Realmuto, and Francisco Lindor. Honestly, Jazz and Lindor seem like really legit middle infield options. I actually do think I'm going to try to start Jazz because, first of all, that card looks very good. But also, he is just a fun name, and I want to start seeing that no doubt animation and him rounding the bases with the little Euro step at home plate, which is dope. You actually have his attributes, by the way, and here they are. I mean, you look at the hitting, it's nothing amazing, but he has diamond defense, 91 speed, 80 steal, so he's going to be able to actually steal. You can move him to third base or shortstop if you want to do that, but I really think these attributes are going to be pretty well-rounded enough at the start of the game to do damage. I don't think this card will be like absurdly good just looking at it, but Jazz is Jazz, and I think this card will be a fun option for many as a starter second baseman. Also, Francisco Lindor seems like a really legit middle infield option. Again, the attributes to the plate don't pop off as anything much. He's got a little bit of power versus righties, which is nice. 99 fielding. The speed is going to be a little bit slower than some guys like Wander, I believe, but the trade-off with him is that he's going to have a little bit more power. So I really think it's going to be a toss-up between Lindor and Wander Franco as like the main starter shortstops. Kind of like back in MLB 21, we had 99 Wander and 99 Lindor kind of running the meta for a bit. I can picture that kind of happening here, just with the type of players he are. I think I'm excited to give Lindor a go, though. It's going to be between him and Wander, and I might lean Wander to start, but both of them are going to be solid options, it seems. And we can't move on from the NL East without talking about Ronald Acuna. Definitely going to be one of the more popular outfielders, especially if his live series is expensive. The power's legit. The defense, maybe not as much, but the speed is going to make up for the bad defense. The contact versus righties is a little low, but we'll have to see how he'll play. But at the end of the day, Acuna's swing is great. The power is going to play, and I really think he's going to be at least a good corner outfield option for many people. Slot him in right field, play him in the secondary, get a few parallels on him so his defense is like okay. But that speed will make up for some of that bad defense, kind of like Vlad Sr. last year, except we are in the bronze level here, so it's not good at all. Now we move to the NL Central, and I actually really like this division. Tommy Edman, Brian Reynolds, some nice switch hitter options. Joey Votto would be a nice first base option, or at least bench bat versus righties. Marcus Stroman is going to have the ideal pitch mix, and then Devin Williams could be scary if people know how to use him well. Speaking of Devin Williams, here are his attributes. I feel like I want to talk about his attributes for a little bit. You look at that hits and Ks per 9, and I know a lot of people got worried. But first of all, that pitch mix, it's a good pitch mix, Well-rounded pitch choices, but the speeds of the pitches are the exact same besides that four-seam fastball. So if you're going to time up the fastball, you see the pitch is not a fastball, then you swing at the exact same time for every other pitch. So maybe not the most ideal. Also, that control is not great. You may hang a little bit of those breaking balls. But I will say, if you use that pitch mix right, this card could be very well rounded. Pretty good Ks and hits per 9 to start for a reliever. Yes, relievers do naturally have higher hits and Ks per 9. This is routine. Last year, for example, that gold Jake Diekman had 124 hits per 9. We had a Houston Street Player program that had 124 hits per 9. So hits per 9 isn't the only determinant in how good a card is. It's a small piece in the puzzle when you look at the control, the pitch mix, and that Ks per 9. But if you can use that pitch mix well with Devin Williams, if you could locate, he actually could be a very legitimate reliever to start. And here's Marcus Stroman. He should be a nice starter. Sinker, cutter pitches, always a popular pitch mix for people. That slider is at least a good amount slower than those fastballs. He's got a splitter. I know a lot of people vied with Finest Stroman. It's just the hits per 9 is going to be a little bit lower on this card than, maybe some other options we have. But 86 is respectable to start the game. If you can dot and locate with him, and you're playing opponents that consistently are off pace with their timing, then you'll be okay with this card. And this card will be actually pretty viable, I will guess, on like legend difficulty, where those small PCIs will actually be a big deal. But if you're playing on veteran difficulty, Stroman's not going to have the stuff to fool you much. It'd be kind of easy to time, especially if you miss some pitches. If you're learning pinpoint, might not be the best pitcher to use, but I'm going to give him a go, I think. I like these pitchers a lot with the sinker cutters, and you know, maybe Stroman's got a different motion or something this year, but could be a pretty solid starter. And now we move to the NL West, and right now we don't know the two cards, the Giants and Dodgers. I will again put snippets for these when I find them out later today, which is going to be right before this video drops, basically. But the cards we have now, CJ Cron, Carson Kelly, and Jake Cronenworth, actually pretty solid. I know some people want Ryan McMahon for the Rockies, and that would have been dope, but we do have a good amount of, you know, middle infielders and potential third base options. And I don't mind this being CJ Cron because a really fat right-handed first base bat. I don't think we've seen a mainly righty first baseman out of the other options here. And Cron should actually be some pretty big power. So I'm excited for him. Carson Kelly might be my starting catcher. And no, he's not the most standout name, but every single time I've used the Carson Kelly in this game, he has mashed. Silvers and BR were incredible for me. And the Jake Cronenworth will be a nice second baseman versus righties at least. Should have some nice defense, speed. You know, maybe they'll give him the shortstop primary because if Tatis is injured, maybe Cronenworth is the primary shortstop. At the end of the day, though, Cronenworth is a nice middle infielder with the lefty bat. Will be a more contact favored player, I think, but should be a fun one because I actually enjoyed his cards last year too.
6.5 hours later.
And the Dodgers card we just found out is Cody Bellinger. Yes, Cody B. First of all, if he has that first base secondary, he might be the first baseman to start. Especially with all the outfield options, I would be cool with moving him to the infield. The power should be legit, should have good enough defense, and I think this card, just being real, I think is going to be a popular choice. Everyone loves a boosted Cody Bellinger, and getting a 90 overall one to start is really cool, and I love that. And yeah, those are the final 15 face of the franchise cards. Again, I recorded this before the SDS stream, recorded before we found out these last bit of cards, but I hope you guys have a good direction of the cards, what they look like, and I will be providing tips on how to earn these cards the fastest way possible, give you tips on which cards are actually the best from playing with them and looking at all the attributes and all of that here starting tonight. So make sure you're subbed to the channel, keeping up with all the MLB The Show 22 updates that I will be dropping again, multiple videos a day with tips, gameplays, all to help you all get better at the game, or just fun gameplays for the fun of it. Streams also will be going down every day. I'm going to have a schedule posted on here and on all my individual socials with my stream schedule and schedule of the big videos. So make sure you're following me on like Twitter, Instagram, hop in a Discord if you want to, and I'll have all this stuff shared with you all today. But again, MLB The Show 22 is here. An exciting year is inbound. It all starts with these face of the franchise cards, and I can't be more excited. Appreciate you all watching. You all have a great rest of your day. I'll see you all again here likely later tonight, and I'll see you then. Deuces.